Welcome to another edition of Autistic on Tour. My name is Jude. We are going to go on a ferry between Copenhagen and Oslo today. So I can show you the experience of that. They are changing over providers of who actually provides it, so there might be some changes if you decide to do it. Because they might update the ships a bit, but you should get the base thing of what they're going to be giving you. Okay, so most stuff seems to be 7 and 8. There's a kids club.
Deck 7.
But yeah, let's go to 7. Okay, so on the machine. Product pickup, so you can order and then pick them up there. Okay. Coffee bar. Not sure if the shops are open. So we've got the fleet and then we've got Seaside CJ. Do we want to go? So there's Club Plovia, cocktails up here. Okay, so deck 7 I need to, which is right next to the reception, is where my meal is. Let's go up to the decks and see if we can get up in the top. So, at least we have some form of outdoor space. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use it, but we do have it and we can go right up to the end. I think officially this is the smoking area, but it's still somewhere you can go up, so. So this is an outdoor bar area if it wasn't, you know, January. But yeah, I mean, it's cool seeing things from this side though. But yeah, I think I'll go back inside and we'll see what the cabin looks like. I just wanted to get spaces where there wasn't really anyone in yet, so. Okay, welcome to my cabin, a Commodore Deluxe, I believe. Okay, so let's show what we've got. We've got hanging space and, you know, place to put shoes and things. We've got a fridge which has Prosecco and water in it. Emergency phone, thing that says not for kettle, welcome book, the information for free internet, got some glasses and some passion fruit licorice coated chocolate, or licorice, which I'm going to eat, TV, a view, the bed that's not made and the towels on the thing, chair, a little thing to sit on. So this is the view at the moment, which is quite good. This is the bathroom. So it's quite little, but it has all the things you need. And shower looks half decent and clean. So get a little shampoo, body cream and body wash, plus one of the little cube soaps. And a mirror up there. But yeah, so that's what you get. You don't get a kettle or anything like that. I think it's probably because you get access to the lounge with this room. So I'll look at my welcome pack and I'll give you some more information later. The information without the internet, which I'll use and test out in a minute. A little treat straight for you. And that's room service and things like that. I'm not sure if that means that I pay for the thing in the fridge or not. But I can't drink alcohol at the moment, so I'm not going to. Okay, so the lounge is served. To gain access, use your key card through the crossing. Hot drinks as well served as snacks. Yeah, newspapers and of course Wi-Fi what you sell. Okay, and this is presumably the safety information and really nothing else. So yeah, how to put your life jacket on and probably do the safety announcement when everyone else is also on board. can have breakfast in bed, so you just fill that in to what you want, and they'll deliver it to your room. But yeah, I'm guessing the water I can use in there, but as I say, I can't actually drink at the moment. Okay, so there is one plug here. That just sparked me, which is dumb for me to put my hand near it. There isn't another plug on the other side, but there is a plug over here, which, as I say, they tell you not to put a kettle in. But yeah, that's the room so far. I'll work out where the lounge is and I'll have a look at that, I think. Kind of shame there isn't any like single or like double seats. Everything's kind of threes at the moment, which, if you're not sociable, it's not great. Okay, so with the internet, they you have to go down to the reception on deck 7, and then they give you a little voucher code with all the information that you need to fill in on it. So, and I get 44 hours of internet, so which is nowhere near as long as this takes. This goes from 4:30 in the afternoon and you arrive at 10 o'clock, hopefully. But you should arrive at that point, so I will not have used it all up on the time, but so I'll log into that and I'll see, and I'll check the TV out in a bit. So that's it all set up when you put the voucher code in, and it just seems to log on. So, well, snow is definitely coming down a lot stronger than it was earlier. And of course it's going to settle on some bits of the ferry or ship just because it's cool. But yeah, I've got some nice curtains to close. But yeah, I know there's a reason why these things happen, but I always find it funny when you get a double bed but you don't get a full double sheet. And I get one pillow, so that's my lot. It just looks a bit sad like that. Maybe the TV remote. So, and it just go from this distance. I mean, it doesn't change the channel particularly, but I was gonna go up to on the deck and film my sleeve. The port, but it is kind of snowing like that at the moment, so probably best if I stay indoors and do it from here.
Dear guests, good afternoon and welcome aboard Nordic Cruiseline. Table reservations are now open. If you would like to reserve a table, please speak to our staff at the entrance of the restaurants.
Don't see the point of having a pillow in a large case, so you have to fold it open. It's like, Why don't they have pillows that actually fit what they're supposed to? Well, it took a while to arrive, but I do now have a TV that I can change the channel on.
Vi starter jeres rejse med at læse sikkerhedsinformationen, som I finder i jeres kahyt. Vi gør opmærksom på, at bildækket nu er låst, og først bliver åbnet igen 15 minutter før ankomst. Hvis I har spørgsmål undervejs, kan I finde os i receptionen på dæk 7, hvor vi står klar til at hjælpe jer døgnet rundt. Vi ønsker jer en god rejse. Dear guests, the captain and crew warmly welcome you aboard Nordic Pearl. We encourage you to start your journey by reading the safety information provided in your cabin. Please note that the car deck is now locked and will reopen 15 minutes before arrival. If you have any questions during your trip, our team is ready to assist you 24/7 at the reception on deck 7. We wish you a wonderful journey.
And we are moving, I think. Yeah, we're moving. Which you can't see particularly well on this camera.
Dear guests, this is a safety announcement. In an emergency, you will hear an alarm signal consisting of 7 short and 1 long tone throughout the ship. This will be followed on instructions on what to do. Life jackets will be handed out at the assembly stations on decks 7, 8, and 11. The shortest routes to the exits are marked at floor level with green luminous arrows. The exits are clearly marked with exit signs. In an emergency, it is important to stay calm and listen to the announcements over the loudspeakers. The crew will wear yellow vests marked crew and will be there to assist and guide you. We encourage you to read the safety notice on the inside of your cabin door, where you will find the nearest exit and other information. Thank you for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, it's your captain. My name is Jakob Brøndgaard, and I would like to welcome you aboard Nordic Pearl on this crossing to Oslo. We are now well out of Copenhagen port and will be heading north through the sound east of the island main and out into Kattegat. We expect to arrive in Oslo tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock as scheduled. The weather forecast for the voyage: northwesterly winds 7 to 12 meters per second and a sea height of just 1 meter. I wish you a pleasant journey.
Well, I would say it's reasonably busy downstairs, and I tried to go into the, tax-free shopping bit, and it just seemed really, really busy. It's a really big space, but yeah, I just found it too stressful, so I'm back in my room. Gonna watch some ice hockey if it's still on, and, announcement. On the TV you can see kind of route we're going to be taking, presumably, and the times that things come back, so, and what you're going past. So haven't really left anything yet. If the time is scale as what I've got. But yeah, direct map of where we're actually going to us, so we are slowly going up towards there, and it also gives the coordinates of where we are on the map and the speed, presumably the time. Quick review on the buffet restaurant. I'll put the name of it down below me. The food's pretty good. There's lots of choice of hot options, and then there's kind of more salady options. There's also kids section where you can eat food. So you've got most tastes pretty much covered. There's a few desserts. The apple crumble was quite nice because it wasn't too sweet, because sometimes they're very sweet. But yeah, everything tasted alright. A couple of bits were a little bit cold, but the cut meats were quite nice, and everything seemed to be pretty good value, or quality of food. I'd suggest going to eat there. I'm not going on this isn't a long journey, so I can't necessarily test everything else out, but I will be having breakfast tomorrow at one of the other restaurants, because that's where the Commodore room people get their breakfast from. So I'll be testing that tomorrow. But just a review on the food in the buffet that I just had. Good quality food, good quantities. You can pre-book it with that and a drink before you go. I haven't tested any of the other options, of course, but I thought it was pretty good. If you want little bits and pieces and make your choice on things, a bit more than a strict menu, then a buffet is always a good option. thought it was worth it, and I'd probably pick that option again.
15 minutes, I will have my PPQ, the Pearl Party Quiz. I'll be clearly on deck 8. So I hope to see you there so you can win some prizes throughout the shellness and also the quiz. The party quiz, do-do, ba-da-ba. The party quiz, do-do-do-do. The party quiz, do-do, ba-da-ba, ba-da-boo, ba-da-ba, ba-da-boo, do-do-do-do-boo. Hej allihopa, om cirka 15 minuter kommer jag hålla mitt Pearl Party.
Let's go off and see if we can find some breakfast, or at least what time it's supposed to be on. It's just past 7, so it should be started serving, but it doesn't have anything listed anywhere. Okay, the buffet that you get with this room is on the 8th deck, so you need to go down there to get it. It's good quality food. Some of it isn't necessarily to my taste, so I didn't necessarily eat as much as I could have done, but it's good quality. It was all warm-ish, or warm enough to eat. You do get baked beans in little, the little separate containers, so if you don't like wet foods next to dry foods, that's something you can do with. It also does it with the scrambled eggs. There is also hard boiled eggs and soft boiled eggs options for you to have that in eggs, and there's an omelette and fried eggs. I can't remember if I said fried eggs, but lots of egg options. Bacon and the sausages are not to my taste particularly, but they have got the continental breakfast with including things like herring and that, and cheeses and all that. Pastries, you've got juices, which you are kind of new when you come in. There are innocent juices, so you've got different variations of flavours for that, and it's got a good amount of food for you to eat if you can go through it. There's also cereals and yogurts and all those kind of things. So, oh yeah, and there's a allergy-free table, so if you have particular food issues, there should be things on there that you can eat. But yeah, I think it's worth it with this room to have breakfast, and also it's quite a quiet space. Well, I know when for just after 7, but it's quite a quiet space versus the one that's the usual buffet, which is going to be filled with people with children and other things, so it's going to be a bit noisier.
Morning, dear guests. The time is now 8 o'clock, and we expect to arrive in port at 10. Until then, you can enjoy a delicious breakfast with freshly baked bread from our own bakery in restaurant Skagerrak on deck 7. If you're traveling as a Commodore guest, your breakfast will be served in restaurant Kull on deck 8. Please note that the car deck opens 15 minutes before arrival.
Well, if the camera can... got some islands and things we can see. but it's starting to lighten up anyway. Overall it's pretty smooth, but of course quite a lot of what you travel through is there's islands in around you, so even with the stabilisation in the ship, it also is not necessarily open sea for quite a long time because you've got lots of this stuff. But yeah, I think this cabin works pretty well. Bedding is comfortable, you're warm, you do have heating control if you get too hot or cold. That's a decent size, I mean, especially for one person. And it's got a reasonable amount of storage space. So, and sitting space, so you can sit at a desk, or you can sit down near the window. But yeah, I think this is a decent option, especially with the breakfast included. I know it's one of the most expensive options, or there's a slightly higher option than this one, but I still think it's worth it for what you get, including the internet, which is quite expensive if you buy it on your own.
Dear guests, we have an important announcement for passengers returning to Copenhagen this afternoon. It is not permitted to remain on board during the port stay, and all passengers are kindly requested to disembark no later than 10:30. Reboarding will be possible again from 11 and no later than 4:15.
Dear guests, if you're traveling by car, please make your way to your vehicle, but make sure to keep the engine off until you receive the signal to drive off. Please note that you're not allowed to smoke on the car deck or inside the vehicles. Dear guests, we will arrive in Oslo in about 10 minutes. You will find the gangway on deck 5 at the front hall. If you're traveling by car, please go to your vehicle, but keep the engine off until you receive the signal to drive off. Please note that you're not allowed to smoke on the car deck or inside the vehicles. Remember to bring your photo ID and boarding pass ashore if you're traveling on a mini cruise, as you will need it for reboarding. The captain and his crew thank you for sailing with Nordic Pearl. We hope you have enjoyed the journey and look forward to welcoming you on board again soon.
Давай. Det er den sofapulken. Det er en penn som ble funnet på for noen måneder siden. Jeg får den ikke bort. Jeg skrur den av. Det er ikke noe god.